This is very simple, easy, and tasty, and cooked the right way comes out even better. Potato, cauliflower puree flavored with wasabi. Now when you get this wasabi, don't be tricked by a label like this, like I was. But I had no choice because that was the only one in the store. When you look at the ingredients over on the back, you shouldn't have starch in there. If you buy a true wasabi, it will not have cornstarch, tapioca starch, or any other type of starch to stretch it. And it should have a nice green color. That's just a little tip. With these 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients and maybe a little cream later on, but I'm not sure about that. This is easy to cook, and this is the best way to cook any vegetable. You don't lose anything when you boil a vegetable in water. What's going into the water? All the nutritional value, the flavor, everything. So buy a steamer. It's not a big deal. Or buy the baskets that the bamboo baskets, but I like this. Cut the potatoes small enough, not too thick, and all of this is going to cook together evenly. And you want the cauliflower, you want everything soft. So that's in there. I'm not giving you any timing on this because this is going to steam every few minutes. Take a probe, like something similar to this that I use to check potatoes and other vegetables, see if they're done. You just stick it in, if it comes out very easily, then you know it's done. We want this a little bit soft. And afterwards, we're going to mix it with some butter for flavor and the wasabi. So that has to cook, and then we'll go to the next step. Is get the wasabi going. I'm going to put the wasabi in here and add a little water and make a thin paste. I made this thinner than what you would have when you're eating sushi. It's just easier to blend in. Just to show you, it's steaming. You don't have to have a high flame. The steam is not going to be any hotter on a high flame and a low flame. As you see, that's a low flame, and this is steaming very nicely. I cut up the half a stick of butter to have it soft to mix in with this. You don't want to use butter? Use a little olive oil. You don't want to use olive oil? Don't use anything. This puree will work out just fine without anything, just the wasabi and some salt. So you can avoid the calories. But I'm doing this for this time of year in the fall, Thanksgiving. Gotta make things taste a little rich. And I could also add a little heavy cream to it, but I'm not this time. Puree, but a chunky style puree, because all I'm using is this whip to break up the potatoes and the cauliflower. Since they're going to be very soft, it's no problem. So that makes it even easier. You don't have to use a ricer to do it, which you could, but I'd rather see little bumps of potato and cauliflower in this puree. Well, it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to check this with my little probie, and notice, look how easy. Potatoes, nothing stuck. Well, I should say not. The only thing, it picks it up because it's of the weight. Okay, we're done. So now what's the next step? Take this out. Place everything in the bowl while it's still hot. And as soon as I puree this up a little bit, I'm going to take a little bit of it and mix it into the wasabi to get all of that wasabi out of that little measuring cup. I'm going to add the sea salt and just go with the whip. Now if you notice something, that looks nice and dry, which is a good thing because we steamed everything. If you were to use frozen cauliflower, this wouldn't happen. Now I'll add the butter. That's enough of the whip. Now we'll get the wasabi. Try and get as much out as we can like this, but since you have a lot stuck in there, you want all of that. You could have mixed the wasabi in this large bowl earlier. Why didn't I think of that? I'm used to doing it like this. Anyway, how much is left in there? Relatively nothing. Now we have a nice puree, which nothing else has to be added to this. We have to just check and make sure it's seasoned, okay, with enough wasabi, which I know it's not. Now, when I put the amount of wasabi on the recipe, you have to be very careful. If you use the pure one, which I'm not, it's going to be stronger. So it's no big deal. What you do is, look how nice that is, the texture. Perfect on the plate. Now you give it a taste. That is delightful. What really made it? The wasabi and the butter. But like I said previously. Anyway, that's it. I will correct the seasoning right now. I won't waste the film on it. And then I have to take this and put it into the freezer and use it next week. No problem in doing that. Well, that's how much it made. 1 full quart. And I better put it in the freezer immediately before I'll eat about half of that.